Welcome, Chief Minister, distinguished guests, and those watching at home from our live stream of this event. We're so glad you could join us to what really is a landmark event for mobile technology in Gibraltar, the launch of Gibtel 4G Plus services. I'm Liana Sapardi from Gibtelecom's marketing team, and together with Jansen Reyes, our Director of Technology, we'll be showing you tonight exactly what 4G Plus can do for you. But before we start on that part, I'm going to welcome our CEO, Tim Bristow, to the stage to say a few words.
Good evening, everyone, Chief Minister, distinguished guests. And also, I'd particularly like to invite or welcome the CEO of Ericsson Iberia, who's with us tonight, Jose Antonio Lopez, as well as also a representative of Cerillion, a UK-based company, but is a Gibraltarian, who's been the project manager on our billing and customer data system, Dino Cano. So welcome to you all. The technology is awesome, 4G+. It's not available everywhere in Europe. It's only available in pockets of very large cities. And so 4G's been around, but 4G+ not. So we really are hitting the front of the curve. And I can best describe it as this. I was in a restaurant in Asia recently, and I went onto my mobile to look at the Wi-Fi, and it had, you know, restaurant staff, restaurant guest, and restaurant. No one in the place, everyone I tried, the waiters, the maitre d', the person looking after us, no one knew any of the Wi-Fi codes. And I thought, this is strange. And then it suddenly dawned on me, they had 4G, but only 4G. We've got 4G+. So enjoy your evening. Many thanks for coming. I think you'll find that this is transformational technology. Okay, over to Jansen Reyes.
Thanks, Tim. Wow. Thanks for coming. Absolutely fantastic to see you all here. You can't even start to imagine how excited I am, not just because today we're actually celebrating the biggest leap in technology, mobile technology, that Gibraltar's ever seen, but because amongst us, we have over 30 employees and partners that have worked tirelessly over the last 12 months to make today a reality. So let's give them a massive round. Thanks, guys. And it was exactly this same team that we asked to study the very real-life challenges that we're experiencing in our mobile space and to overcome them in a timely manner. 12 months later, not only have they actually delivered an absolutely awesome network that gives us awesome speeds, unimaginable coverage, and price points for all walks of life. But when you actually combine all these discrete elements together, we give you a 4G+ network that will act as a catalyst to change the way we learn, we work, we play, and we interact with each other. In fact, some of our early adopters are already experiencing some real-life tangible changes, from simple things, such as being able to do more with less, to actually being able to browse the internet on a mobile device in a more predictable and reliable manner. Absolutely fantastic. And when we asked these early adopters what they actually thought about this technology and how they felt about it, an amazing 90% told us that they were immensely satisfied with the experience. This is incredible, seeing as the network was still in a testing and development phase. Absolutely fantastic. So, how does all of this actually work when we interact with one of these phones? Well, by way of the three most basic and elementary attributes of any mobile network: speed, responsiveness, and coverage. That's speed, responsiveness, and coverage. So let's kick off with speed. 4G+ is fast. In fact, it's insanely fast. You can't even imagine how fast it is. Under normal working circumstances, under good conditions, it is 30 times faster than a good, reliable 3G phone, a good, reliable 3G network. Apparently, those are hard to come by, I'm told. So In real terms, and when the network conditions are absolutely fine, we are talking about an astounding 225 megabits per second from the cloud to the phone, and 50 megabits per second from the phone to the cloud. Those are absolutely impressive speeds, since there's absolutely no wires attached to this. Absolutely fabulous. And what's more, there's a lot more where that came from. Because the underlying technology that we have deployed allows us to go up to speeds of in excess of 500 megabits per second. All we need to do is just add the airwaves. So just add the airwaves. Next up, responsiveness. Responsiveness is the network's ability to react to a user's request. In 4G+, this is 100% quicker than in 3G. This is really cool, because to you and I, this means that every time we tap our favorite application on one of these phones, the results are displayed instantaneously. There's absolutely no perceived lag whatsoever, no perceived delay, no perceived lag. Fantastic. So that's speed, that's responsiveness. How about we actually go and see what these do for us in real life? So on screen, we have the displays of two mobile phones I have here with me. They're connected via some very special cables, so everything I do on these phones actually displayed on our screens, right? And the one on the left is connected to the new 4G+ network, the one on the right to a 3G network. What I'm going to do now is we're going to take a look at speed, the sheer speed of 4G, by using one of our customers' staple favorite applications. That's a speed test app. I think most people know what a speed test app does. And what this does is it actually downloads 5 minutes worth of standard definition video, and it tells us how fast it's been able to do that in. So I'll click both of them. So there we go. That's the 4G on the left and the 3G on the right. On the left-hand side, we should see an immediate ramp up to absolutely impressive speeds, whilst on the right, we should see traditional speeds. There we go. That's over 200, almost 250 megabits per second on a handset. That is live, so that's extremely impressive. Another frustration that our customers typically have is actually downloading apps, perhaps from the App Store or from the Google Store, from the Android Store, whatever you call them these days. And what our customers do is they go to somewhere where there's a hotspot, and then they wait to download that application until there's a Wi-Fi hotspot, after they've actually tried to figure out what the password is, and they've had to go with the waiter, blah, blah, blah. It's typically what happens. So let's log on to the App Store on both phones again. Immediately, you can see, so we've got the 4G on the left and the 3G on the right. So I'm going skiing in a couple of weeks' time, and I need an application that will tell me all about the slopes in France. I think here's an interesting one, slopes. So let's click on that one. I'm going to give the 3G one a bit of a head start. And the 4G one, there we go. So the 3G is going, the 4G has just started. It started, there we go. That's impressive. That is the application installed. In fact, it takes longer to download the application than what it does to actually install the application. These are different times, ladies and gentlemen, different times. Browsing, how about reading the news, maybe looking at some pictures, reading an article, or perhaps even buying a new iPhone? Why? Because we need a new phone for 4G+, if you don't already have a compatible one. So let's just go to Safari and load up the Apple page. Let's click on 6S here. I quite like the iPhone 6S Plus. I like big devices. So I'll click on that. We should see that it's almost instantaneous. In fact, it's there. When I browse down, everything is on screen. It's buttery smooth. There is absolutely no lag, no delay. It's almost as though you're browsing at home on your fixed line. There's nothing there. It's absolutely fantastic. And every time you click, it's there. It's extremely responsive. Now, let's have a look at the raw horsepower. Raw horsepower of 4G by combining speed and responsiveness in one. So, a second. Let me just say. So what we're going to do is, for the first time ever on a mobile phone in Gibraltar, we're going to be streaming an Ultra HD video, a 4K video over a mobile phone. So this is 4K quality video. There you go. You just click and go. It starts. There is absolutely no buffering whatsoever. Extremely smooth. No lag. No delay. And the picture quality is just absolutely awesome. Best thing about it is, if I just touch this and I move it forward, it starts. And if I just touch it again and I move it back, it also starts. There's no delay. The delay is me pressing and reading the commands over to the network. That's fantastic. So, that's a quick look at speed, that's a quick look at coverage in 4G+. Next up, coverage. The reason why it's been notoriously challenging to achieve ubiquitous coverage throughout Gibraltar on a 3G network is because of the high-frequency signals that are used for the actual technology itself. These high-frequency signals, when they come amongst or against some physical objects, what typically happens is that they just bounce away or they get absorbed, and dark coverage spots are actually created on the far side. With 4G+, however, we use a combination of high frequencies to achieve those awesome speeds I've just demonstrated, and low frequencies for deep in-building penetration and the umbrella coverage that we require. Now, exactly the same ones have we used for traditionally used for terrestrial TV. And terrestrial TV used to work pretty much anywhere. In fact, now what happens is that when the signals actually come across physical objects, they typically just barge through and they work on the other side. So, I mean, we still have the laws of physics to contend with, and funny things could happen. Funny things could certainly happen, but all in all, coverage is much, much better. In fact, we're immensely proud to say that from the onset, 95% of all open spaces in Gibraltar will work with 4G signals. And what's more, 90% of all buildings will actually have 4G coverage inside. That's absolutely fabulous. And this footprint will only increase as the network matures. So next up, we're going to give you more bang for your buck. And for this, I'd like to invite Leanne back on stage, who's going to tell you all about it.
Thanks, Jansen. So we've seen what the technology can do, and I think you'll all agree it's pretty impressive. But why do we actually need 4G+? Well, the easy answer is our habits are changing. Our lifestyles are changing. If I asked everyone in this room what they can't leave home without, most people would answer not their wallet, not their keys, but their mobile phone. We've all become used to having our mobiles with us everywhere we go, and everyone has one. In fact, our young people now spend a whopping 3 hours a day on YouTube on their phone. And everything is connected too. Wearable technology is now growing. It's now normal for you to have a watch or an activity tracker which talks to your mobile phone, and soon your domestic appliances, your vehicles, they will too. So in only 4 years' time, it's expected that each of us will have between 20 and 30 connected devices at any given time. And we're already connected everywhere. It's, again, part of the daily routine where if you're at the airport waiting for a flight, you'll catch up on your emails, send a few documents. When something happens on the news, you log online and stream it straight away as it happens. So our lifestyles generally are changing. We're relying on mobiles. So with the better customer experience that Jansen's been talking about, we really expected people to use it more, to really make the most of that data on the move. And that's why we looked at the way we did our plans. So we've revamped them and we've simplified them to give you better value and more flexibility in using your data. These are our new plans, which I'm proud to announce tonight. One of the questions since we sort of had our teaser campaign about 4G that everyone's been asking is, how much is 4G going to cost? Well, you'll be pleased to know there's actually no extra cost for 4G+. So if you've got a mobile plan already, you can continue to use it. 4G speeds as standard on all our plans, no extra cost. And if you're interested in our new pay monthly plans, you can get even more value. So we start at the mini plan. That's our lowest priced ever monthly mobile plan. So you can have the flexibility to customize it as per your needs. If you're a light user, an average user, you browse, send some emails, go on social media, then the MIDI plan gives you 2 gig of 4G plus data as standard, included in your plan at no extra cost, and 300 minutes and 300 texts. And if you're one of those people who can't live without your mobile, always on the move, always working, streaming, using your maps, well, for £55 a month, you can get 5 gig of data and a whopping 1,000 minutes and SMS in your plan. And that's before you bolt anything else on. So you choose the right one for you, and you can customize your plan. One thing where we listen to our customers is by introducing our Boost Bolt Ons, and these weren't available before. So we all have months where we use a little bit more data, maybe you have a busy month where you have to spend more time outdoors. And these Boost Bolt Ons give you a commitment-free top-up, just pay a bit extra, get you to the end of the month without losing your much-loved data, which you've grown to rely on, without having to contract a monthly bundle. So there's no commitment, just to get you through to the end of the month. And with our bundles, and these are available on the new plans and also for our Reload and our Select plan customers, we've increased our data by up to 4 times for the same price. So we've simplified them, and we've increased the data to make sure that you can get the most out of our 4G network. And in order to make the most of your 4G experience, you need to have a compatible phone. For those of you who know a little bit about mobile, that means it needs to work on band 7 and 20. But don't worry, because if you don't know, you can just go on our website or ask our people in our shop, and they'll let you know if your phone is compatible. In any case, we've launched a number of exclusive handset deals on these new plans. That means you can get an Apple iPhone 6 and other leading devices for only £19 a month. On our rental plans. So we're really trying to make this as easy as possible for the customer. And one thing, whilst we've got you all here, that we wanted to do is give you a little bit of a teaser of what's coming next for Gibtelecom. We're proud to announce a little bit of a sneak peek that as from 2016, we're going to take the opportunity to reward customers. So if you have super swift fiber broadband with Gibtelecom, and you have one of our new mobile plans I've just been talking about, we'll vamp up your data. That means you get double your home broadband speed, and double your mobile data allowance, and no extra cost just for having both services with us. So it's just a sneak peek of what's coming next. And if we look at what that does to the plans I've just been talking about, it means you can now get up to 10 gig as standard on your plan without even bolting anything on. So it could go up to about 20 meg if you use our bolt-ons that we've been talking about. And the best thing is, you can get your 4G Plus as from tonight. So when I finish, we're going to officially launch the network. We've got people here in our shop. Jamie and Jared are there at the back. So if you haven't changed your SIM card already, you can do it tonight. You'll have 4G as soon as you leave the room. Absolutely free, as I said, no extra cost. They'll also be able to answer your questions about the new plans if you're interested, and sign up. For those of you at home, go on our website, gibtele.com/getfaster. You can apply for 4G as well and for the new plans. And it's here now, so we're really excited about this. But before we officially launch the network, I'd like to invite the Honourable Chief Minister, Fabian Picardo, to say a few words.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me start by congratulating the people at Gibtelecom who have delivered this great result today. I know that half an hour of a presentation must be many months of very hard work to deliver this great result in partnership with Ericsson, whose Chief Executive Officer from Iberia is here with us today. And of course, the important thing behind all of this work is the investment that is being made in ensuring that Gibraltar has the highest standard of mobile operating facilities in Europe. £10 million of investment, but I'm also equally proud to say, not charging the consumer a penny more for the most avant-garde systems that they could use within the European continent. I'm very proud, of course, that Gibraltar is the first nation to be entirely covered by 4G+. But up to today, all there has been is testing. And if this company is going to be about one thing, it is going to be about its consumers, its clients, the people who take our services. So the minute we start offering 4G Plus in a few moments, that is the real test, ensuring that our consumers have the service that they deserve, the service that they have come to expect from a great company like Gibtelecom. Thank you very much indeed, and I very much look forward to this becoming a reality for everyone.
Thank you. Thank you, Chief Minister. And now I'd like to invite Tim Bristow, Gibtelecom CEO, and Jose Antonio Lopez Munoz from Ericsson to officially launch the network. Take some, yep. Whenever you're ready.
Imagine your mobile device downloading this fast, setting it free to be more, setting you free to do more, to share, connect and play anytime, anywhere. 4G Plus brings speeds up to 30 times faster, better coverage and less buffering. Order your SIM and check out our mobile plans with inclusive minutes, data and texts. 4G Plus. Make amazing happen.
I just finally, as a closure, if I may, I'm breaking all the rules, this wasn't planned for, but just really to say thank you very much for you all attending. Particular thanks to the Chief Minister for taking time out of his busy day, and other ministers and board colleagues, as well as the President from Iberia, Ericsson, and his colleagues, but also, most importantly, to all the staff who worked on this project. They all had to do their day jobs at the time, and actually it's probably consumed, it's hit every single department across the company, and probably as many as a quarter of the workforce. And for the people, Jansen and Leanne, who've organised tonight. So I think it was a good show, and many thanks, and I think you're all going to really enjoy the technology and wonder why we didn't have it before. Many thanks and have a good evening.